Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another stream. Today we're in Microsoft Flight Sim. We're going to be flying the Kuro 787-8 from London Heathrow to the newly released TaiModels Manchester Airport for for Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm going to jump into the cockpit here just to quieten it down a little bit, and let's go ahead and brief the route. But welcome all to the stream. Hope you're all doing good. Let me go here. Alright, so here we are on Navigraph, of course, and we are situated at Terminal 5 at London Heathrow Airport. Now, we are using the inner builds Heathrow Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim, of course. So, we'll be departing runway 27 right, so we've got a fairly long taxi here, but it's pretty much straight. So we'll be departing runway 27 right on the Umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure, and then making a right turn to fly up north. And then we'll be on the Elva 1 Mike Sid, and doing the ILS for runway 23 right into Manchester there, and then upon landing we'll take a look at the Manchester scenery by TaiModels. We do have FS Realistic going and FS LTL. So let's head back to the simulator. Alright. Hello, V-Sky Check, Krista, Hydrish, all good? I hope all good, absolutely. I hope you're doing well as well, my friend. So let's go ahead and start the aircraft up then. Weather in Manchester isn't brilliant. Oh, not that. Right, electrical power on. Alright, and I just have to switch my anti-aliasing settings because that's a strange bug I get with the DLSS. So let me just do that. And all fixed. Brilliant. Alrighty. So, external power is on. The IRS is on as well. Hydraulic pumps can go to auto. And emergency exit lights armed. Flat deck door power can go on. Next, nav logo wing can all go on as well, and packs can come on too. Perfect. Alright, so let's go here and initialize the flight. And then let's do this. Let's go to init ref and put in that. So we are EGLL. There it is. And let's request a route from SimBrief. And activate that. Oh. Sorry, request that. And then click load. Alright, so that's all loaded. We can execute that here. Okay. Alright, so let's execute that. What we're doing runway. Let's have a look on Navigraph then. Runway 27 right. There it is. We can execute that and go to departure arrival. 27 right on the Umlaut 1 Foxtrot. So Umlaut 1 Foxtrot, execute that, go back to departure arrival. Arrival into Manchester is going to be ILS 23 right. And we'll be on the Elvo 1 Mike star there. Alright. So let's execute that. Perfect. And now let's do this stuff. So let me just grab my RFP here from Navigraph. Right, so cruising altitude today is 180. Cost index is 105. So 105. Perfect. Zero fuel weight is 143.8, so 143.8. Our reserves here today is our alternate plus our fin res. So that's 2.7 plus 1.8. So that's approximately 4.5. Perfect. Let's get our perf done in here then. So, we can copy the FMC data. There it is. And conditions is dry. Let's have a look at the weather. So at Heathrow, let me go to the weather. And the weather is 190 out of 10. And then the temperature is 12 degrees. Perfect. All right. Okay, so let's continue then. QNH is 1020, sorry. That's perfectly fine. Alright, and we'll get 1020 set there. Thrust. We'll go optimum, flaps, optimum, anti-ice off. To get our CG, I'm just going to go here to takeoff and click on CG here, and it'll give me so 26. Alright, so 26 is all good. And calculate. Alright, so let's send that to the FMC then. And we can accept it. And that's all our V-speeds then. So let's do the MCP panel then. So 160. Yep, 160. And cruise out of 180. Perfect, okay. Right, so let's get the APU started. Perfect. Listen to that. Sounds very, very good. So, my chat has disappeared for some reason. 1 second. Alright, so passenger signs can go to auto as well then. An ad is playing. Alright, we're back and I have my chat back. Nope, chat. Why is there we go, okay. Perfect. So, let's continue on then. I think we're all looking pretty much ready for departure. We've got our CDU all complete. So let's go over here to checklist and run through this then. So passenger signs, MCP is done, takeoff speed verified, CDU pre-flight complete, as you can see here. Trim. So trim needs to be 6 units. So let's get that set. Perfect. Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Alright, and we are ready for departure then. So, beacon can go on. Sorry, beacon can not go on yet. Anti-ice on. Let's just run through all of this stuff here. Window heats on. Get all the fuel pumps on. We do have fuel in our center tank. Oh, we need to do our weight and balance actually. So if we go to index, settings, weight balance, set from OFP, We do not need that much fuel at all. And that's done. Alright, cool. Let's see if that's affected our V-speeds at all. Nope, perfect. Okay. And yeah, alright, so let's hit Shift P. Get the pushback going here. And we're pretty much ready to go then. Get transponder to alt standby, beacon can go on. We don't have fuel in the center tank, so we can turn these off. And everything else is good to go here. So start pushback in just a second here. As soon as they connect, there it is. So we will release the parking brake and let's get the engine started then, so we can start both at the same time. So let's just go ahead and do a dual start then, and you can put the fuel control switches to run straight away in the 787. Does everything else for you. Perfect, alright. Lovely sounds. And we're just going to push back as far as we can and then make a right turn. So let's stop there. Get rid of pushback truck there. Let's wait for the engines to start, which they are pretty much almost started. And we can get the runway turn off lights and the taxi light on. Engine seems settled now, so APU can go off. And hit a sharp right turn here. Gonna use some asymmetrical thrust. Alright. Alright, and we'll taxi on here to runway 27 right. So we'll take the second right turn here. Do a quick flight control check. Looking good. Take this right turn here. Alright, and it's pretty much just a straight taxi all the way down to the threshold of 27. We do have a derated takeoff here. Very nice airport by any builds. And I don't think we've ever flown the 787 on the channel before, so do actually really enjoy flying this aircraft. Very, very fun. Get the flight directors on, auto throttle, oh no, VNAV. Get all that armed. Very nice. There's an aircraft taking off there. So that's DHL 777. Lovely. Let's get the auto brake set to RTO. And if we go here to before takeoff, get our flaps set. So our flaps are flaps 5 and flaps 5. Perfect. It's a very, very long runway here at Heathrow. Flight time today to Manchester is about 40 minutes. This is a real world route, but it's flown by A320s in real life. I'm using the frame gen mod as well. Gives me a very nice FPS boost. Perfect. All looking good. Not too long to go. Thank you, Krista. Yeah, it does look good. Microsoft Flight Sim does have some very nice visuals, that's for sure. So we can go to the systems page there. Like increasing the range a little bit. Make sure we watch where we're going. And we'll go weather, traffic. Should probably actually step through the flight plan, as I don't think we did do that. Make sure there's no discontinuities. Right, so there's one there. I think I'll fix that once we come to a stop here at the threshold, so we'll fix that bit and get on going. Start slowing it down a bit and we'll just wait here at the threshold. Right, so let's just stop here and just quickly fix this flight plan. So just do that, and that's probably looking a lot better. Let's take a look. Yep, perfectly fine. So we can go back to map. We'll do weather and traffic then. And we can zoom out to about 5 miles. And we are ready for takeoff here. So we'll taxi onto the runway. Nothing on final approach. And we'll get our landing lights on and the strobe light on. Do one final flight control check. Now in the 787, when you do this, it will recognize that you're doing a flight control check, and if there's any issues, it will automatically let you know. So very advanced aircraft. We study it a lot for a lot of examples at university for the aerospace degree, since it was just such a engineering marvel. But anyway, we're lined up runway 27 right, and we do need to set our TCAS. Perfect, and we're good to go. So let's spool them up about 40%, and toga. Knots. Rotate and gear up. And I am using the TCA Boeing yoke here, which is of course modelled after the 787 yoke, so it's brilliant. Yeah, we'll just continue hand flying here a little bit. See, we're barely using any power at all. It's a pretty derated takeoff. Alright, let's engage the autopilot there. And look at that, we depart London Heathrow. So, we can actually go flaps up now. Yeah, this yoke is brilliant. I I thought I'd mention it for you, Krista. I am using it today, yeah. It's brilliant. Very, very good. I have all 4 springs in, so I've got the heaviest feeling, and I just love it. Absolutely love it. So we do have a restriction. We are going to have to level off at 6,000 foot, and then we can make our way up to cruising altitude. But yes, this Boeing yoke, and it looks exactly the same as this. I mean, this is the 787 yoke, and it is very, very similar to what I've got in front of me here. So it's very immersive. I do really enjoy it. Alright, so we're leveling off there at 6,000, and then we'll make our way up to 18,000 after we pass the restriction. Oh nice, you got the yaw working. Brilliant. What did you assign it to? Look at these clouds, look at this. Beautiful. Brilliant. We'll soon pass this restriction and we'll climb up to our cruising altitude, but for now, just enjoy the views because it looks absolutely lovely. Lovely. Okay, assign to the right camera button back to remove the up down right. Okay, I see. Well, if it works, that's absolutely brilliant. I'm glad. Beautiful. And there should be a link to the scenery in the description of the screen. That is for the TaiModels scenery. Alright, so we're going to start our climb just a second. Back up to 18,000. There it is. Alright, so we'll set our altimeter to standard then. And also, since I got the quadrant, the rudder pedals are automatically in the settings panel, so I just removed the yaw. Okay, yeah. Brilliant. I think I need to get myself a good set of rudder pedals. Alright. Can't wait till we have a really good high fidelity 787 in X-Plane. I'm sure it'll be very popular. But I absolutely love flying the 787. Since I got no rudder pedals, that's my next project. Yeah, absolutely. I was sort of deciding between which ones to get. There's the Thrustmaster set, the Logitech set, but they're quite an old design now. And then there's the Turtle Beach as well. So yeah, a couple of choices. We'll have to look into it. But I definitely want to get some myself as well. Okay, so we have left the departure routing, and we are just on our flight plan routing now, flying north up to Manchester. Yep, cheap but good, yeah. I need to decide which ones I would like. We'll have to see. We are live weather, live time right now. Might get a nice little sunset upon landing. It does look very, very good right now. Not much else here to do in the 787. It's all pretty automated. Everything's already set as needed. So after takeoff, the checklist has already been done automatically. We can prepare the descent checklist then. Other than that, we're looking pretty good here. Pretty low cruising altitude today, but that's because it's a domestic flight, and I believe we don't fly above flight level 190 domestically. So, and since we're flying west, we're on even number for our flight level. I believe that's how it works. So I think it'll be 18,000 or flight level 180 on the way, and then if we were flying east domestically, it'll be an odd flight level, so probably 190, 170 or something like that. But here we are already at cruise altitude. Here in Sweden we have something called Price Runner. It compares different electronics including gaming stuff. Oh wow, pretty cool. Yeah, we've got a couple of sites like that. I tend to watch a few YouTube videos and stuff like that on the various different flight sim peripherals, find out which would be best. Beautiful, okay. I do have a couple of other streams coming up as well. So I do have the Chinook from Miltech. That's something I will be streaming and has been provided to the channel by Orbex. So big thank you to those guys. Which is a fabulous add-on, by the way. I mean, the Chinook is so iconic. I've absolutely loved flying it, so I think that'll be a very enjoyable stream, that's for sure. I also have a stream coming up on Avimate, which is an AI sort of co-pilot, which can be used with both X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim, so that's pretty cool. I am a beta tester for that, and they provided me with a version of it which has pretty much unlimited words, which is very nice of them. I will be making a dedicated video on that as well too. In fact, my map enhancement updated tutorial just went out. Literally just before the stream I got that uploaded. Anti-ice is on auto, that's fine. We are flying through clouds and are somewhat low level. Minus 22 degrees. But only about 40 miles to go to our top of descent here. So let's go to init ref and put our VREF speed in then. So 30 at 133, that's perfectly fine. Weather in Manchester is looking fairly good. Just about to see the ground below us. So there's a bit of a storm cell there, so we'll keep an eye on that. Don't want to hit that, although it's only yellow, so we should be okay. I think we're going to pass right by it anyway. Weather's pretty accurate actually. We're pretty much flying, this routing pretty much takes us over the West and East Midlands of the UK, which is where I'm based, so this weather is pretty accurate. Looking outside the window, it's very overcast. Spots of rain here and there. Yeah, not too long to go to the top of the tent here. Yeah, one thing I particularly like about this Boeing yoke is the trim switches on both the left and right hand side. I like how you get two, because that means in X-Plane, Austin actually implemented this himself when this yoke came out. I think it was also a feature with a honeycomb yoke where you can have a pitch trim A and pitch trim B for both up and down selection when you select your controls in X-Plane. And that essentially makes it so that you have to be using both switches for the pitch trim to work, just like as you would in a real aircraft. You know, they generally have two switches, which is a safety precaution, just in case you so you don't have a runaway trim. You know, if you have a dodgy switch or something like that, you won't have a runaway trim. That would be very, very dangerous. So it's really nice that as soon as the yokes had that implementation, like physically, that then Austin went and implemented it into X-Plane. And it works very, very well with pretty much all the aircraft. Yeah, the trim is, I love it so much. I use both the left and right hand side trim switches for pitch, but that's only because I've got my throttle on the left due to I've not really got space on the right for my honeycomb Bravo. So I'm actually pretty much in a first officer configuration right now. So obviously when I'm hand flying, I'm using my right hand. I can't then use the pitch trim on the left, so I've got the pitch trim set to both sides. And it works really, really well. Plenty of buttons and switches, and the landing lever is pretty nice. So yeah, definitely a very nice yoke. Highly recommend it. And it is Xbox compatible as well. This is very typical UK weather. Might hit some turbulence in a second as we near this storm cell here. So, only about 10 nautical miles to go before our top of descent then. We're already pretty close. Flying just in between... flying just over Leicester right now, actually. Not that we can see it. Birmingham is off to our left, just slightly behind us. EGNX is very close, actually. If I... this is... EGNX is obviously my home airport. There it is. Very, very close to us. I wonder if we can get a sneak peek of it through the clouds. We did take a look at the Orbex EGNX for X-Plane 12 in the last stream, which is very, very good. If you do want to check that out, please do. Oh, it looks like there might be a little spot in the clouds. See if we can spot there's the EGNX. Is it? Yeah, there's EGNX. Home airport. There's the M1. Travels all the way down to London. Joins up with M25. And travels up north as well. I've driven past there many times. It's always nice to see it in the sim. Everyone loves seeing their hometown or home airport in the sim. Right, so let's reset our MCP ult to 10,000. Get ready for the descent. We're going to use auto brake 2 here today. Look down at the ground. I gotta stand outside my house, try and spot me. I think we might be a little bit far for that, Joe. We'll start our descent here shortly. Look at the weather. Terrible. Accurate, but terrible. And we should start our descent in just a second then. There we are. Perfect, alright. Beautiful, look at that. It's a very dramatic scene here. Right, so we are now on the star. Next restriction is flight level 080. So we'll tune that. Perfect, let's decrease the range. And we're looking good. Just have a look at the weather then at Manchester. So if we go to weather, the wind 160 at 5, broken clouds at 2,800 degrees. Sorry, temperature is 9 degrees, QNH 1017. So let's get that set then. 1017 is the pressure setting for that, but we won't set it yet. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of speed brake out. Just to help us slow down a little bit. And let's get all the lights back on as we're going to pass underneath 10,000 foot then. Making a left turn here. There it is. Perfect. Let's add a fix then for some situational awareness. So if we go EGCC, what's the runway? 23 right. Maybe we need to do WY23 right. Nope, doesn't want to do the runway. Okay, we'll just do EGCC, that's fine. We'll do /10. That's fine. Alright, doesn't want speed brakes. Put those away. Catching another small glimpse of the great British countryside there. Everything on the overhead looking good. Look at those nice orthos Drish have been making all week. Hey Alex, how's FS weekend? Hope you enjoyed it. I watched some of the streams earlier. Looks pretty good. Although the FS Elite stream, the audio was delayed by about 20 seconds for the whole thing, which is slightly annoying. But the new Navigraph stuff looking very, very good. Microsoft Flight Sim does look good, doesn't it? Look at that. Probably a bit over dramatic. I'm not quite sure. This is what it looks like in reality, if it's that dramatic, but still looks good. I've never seen clouds this dramatic when I've flown, so there's 10,000. And we're going to make a right turn here in just a second and then join the ILS. Absolutely, Microsoft Flight Sim 787, yep. Alex? Right. Yeah. So sorry about that, Alex. Nightbot has decided to time me out for a grand total of 5 seconds. No idea why. I don't know why it does that. I have increased the limit of symbols to something like 15, and yeah, it still continues to do that. It's annoying sometimes. It really is, but I saw your message. Yeah. Nightbot can be helpful sometimes. Sometimes it's just an absolute pain. There's the turbulence then. Yeah, this is the Kuro 787-8 for Microsoft Flight Sim 3. And it's pretty decent. Since the working title team updated all the systems in the 787, it's actually pretty decent. SimBrief integration and all that. Join the dark side. Only for a few streams. Only for a few streams. We do have another Microsoft Flight Sim stream coming soon. That's the Chinook by Miltech Simulations. But everyone loves a Chinook, right? So maybe you can forgive me. Right, we should probably continue descending down to our platform altitude of 3,500. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of speed brake out. And take over the speed myself, so we'll do 220. Alex having fun with Nightbot. Right, so we'll make that restriction just fine. Let's set altimeter. All the lights are on, perfectly good. And yeah, we'll take a look at TaiModels Manchester Airport. Microsoft Flight Sim. His Explain 12 version is very, very good, and his Microsoft Flight Sim version has actually already had quite a lot of updates, so it's pretty good right now. So we're going to be on roughly a 10 nautical mile final. So I might actually start slowing us down to about 180 here. We are perfectly on profile, so that's good. I think we're going to get a nice, almost a sunset landing. Put a little bit more drag out here. And flaps on. What do you want? Checklist? Oh. Yeah, auto brake, landing data, approach briefing, all good. So that was the descent checklist. Approach, okay. And that's just altimeters, which are already set. If we do a recall, that's all checked. Good. Go flaps 5. Was this the first year that FS weekend happened after COVID, Alex, or was it on last year as well? Okay, we'll get rid of the speed brake. It really doesn't want that. And we'll make a left turn here onto the ILS. I'm hoping to come to that next weekend. It's a very short flight, only about what, an hour's flight for me, so hopefully I can make that one next year at the very least. We make this left turn here onto the ILS. Terrible, terrible weather. Plenty of turbulence, all from FS Realistic. Had a close look at a PMDG 777. Ooh, you'll have to tell us all about that. Alright, so let's arm the approach. We are on the localizer, perfect. And I think we'll slow it down to about 160. You can see the runway there already. Two years ago there was an FS. Oh, okay. Is it does it happen every year? Or is it every 2 years? Right. So, thought we set 160. And we'll go flaps 15, geared down. Go a bit early because we are a little bit fast. 160 till 4, yeah, probably. I generally slow down a little bit earlier if I'm not on bat sim or anything, just to give myself a little bit more time. But yeah, we have got 160 set now. Flaps 15 is fine. Our VREF was 133 knots, that's all good. Landing checklist. Speed brakes are armed. Flaps will be set in just a second. About 7 miles out still. PMDG 777 was a tad disappointing. Oh no. I think the flight factor is going to be a little bit better anyway, and it was going to release first, so. FS weekend should be every year, brilliant. Hopefully I can make it next year. So, gear down. Everything up here is looking good. Let's start slowing down to 133. yeah, we can all meet up at FS weekend next year, hopefully. So we'll go flaps 20 now. Help us slow down a little bit. Now I won't use the HUD because when we land it glitches out with the with DLSS for some reason. Sorry, with the frame gen mod, so we won't be using that. We'll go flaps 30 now. And I think we're all good for landing then. A new Q8 me, absolutely. We'll have to convince him to join us as well. Alright, so let's disengage the autopilot then. Where's the... Can't see the button, it's so dark. But anyway, I have control now. Let's not get too low. Speed's looking good, just using the auto throttle here. 787, you don't disconnect the auto throttle generally until after landing. And this yoke is just brilliant for landing. I mean, absolutely love it. Getting a bit high. It's pretty turbulent actually. And the wing keeps changing. Look at that slope runway, all been properly modelled. Alright, so we'll take this next exit here, this high speed. Alright, it was a fairly decent landing, I think. A little bit off center line. Alright, what are the engines doing? Let's not spoil up. Alright, make a left turn. Flight directors can go off, flaps can go up. Disarm the speed brakes. Let's take a look at the chat. So we should actually go here. We actually stopped it fairly quick there. There are two displays, one Xbox with the PMDG 737 and PC with Microsoft Flight Sim PMDG 777. 777 looks like if it was looking at the 767 X11, not at all what the previous. Oh, that's disappointing. Hopefully they improve it. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Didier. Yeah, unfortunately no replay. I'm not paying £20 for a replay add-on. I think it's a little bit silly that it's not included with Microsoft Flight Sim, but that's just how it is, I suppose. We should probably get our landing lights off before we blind everyone. Strobe light off as well. And start the APU. We'll take a look at the scenery in just a second. Once we park up. And yeah, that's not to say that the flight control replay add-on isn't a good add-on. I just think well, I just can't warrant paying for an add-on which basically adds a replay. I don't think it's worth it. But it's a good add-on if you really want replays. I don't fly Microsoft Flight Sim enough to warrant it, really. That's the only reason. And the default one that's in the developer mode just doesn't work for me, so. Alright, so we're going to go over to the international stands over there for the heavies. Not international stand, but the heavy stands. I use OBS stream software. Yep, that is exactly what I use as well. Not the Streamlabs version, just the normal OBS Studio version. Yeah, definitely a shame we can't. MSFS has replay now. Is that the default one in the developer mode? That just doesn't work for me at all for some reason, even after reinstalls, and I find it very clunky. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work for me, but maybe I'll investigate it further, get the replay working for streams and stuff. I do really like looking at my replays. So let's try and find a stand. I think there's one free there. Yeah, even when I'm not flying on stream, I'm always looking at my... Okay, are we going to turn here? G787 turn. I have full left rudder. Interesting. That's the other bug that really annoys me in Microsoft Flight Sim. When you hold the right mouse button to look around, it freezes your flight controls, and I've still not got used to it. Sometimes when I'm taxiing, I like to look around like this, and it just freezes your rudders. Very, very annoying. I mean, it's done it again there. It was just veering off to the right on its own. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim still isn't the most user-friendly in my opinion. Look, it's doing it again. It just veers off to the right. Right, let's make our turn. Because, you know, strangely, I like looking where I'm going when I'm turning and when I'm taxiing, but when it freezes the flight controls like that, it's very, very frustrating. But I think what we'll do, we'll shut down here, and then we'll probably change the weather so it's nice and bright and sunny, and take a look at the scenery then. Now, the VDGSs do work, I just don't have the plugin installed for it right now, which is completely my bad. But they do work. So, beacon, well, we probably turned the engines off first, shouldn't we? Beacon off, we are on APU power. Anti-ice can go off as well. Window heat can go off. Flight deck door power off. IRS is off. Fuel pumps off. And packs can go off as well. What I'm going to do is finish the flight on SimToolkit Pro. That's what I use to log all my flights. Exactly 45 minutes. Alright, and we'll just go for a quick shut off here without zooming out. Righty. Lights off. All the gens can go off. APU can go off. And emergency exit lights can go off. Nope, that's armed them again. Off. And battery off. Alright. So that is the flight completed then. Now let's take a look at the scenery. So let me just move some stuff out of the way here and change the weather. Perfect. Alright, so we do have FSLTL running, and FPS on this scenery is brilliant. It did not affect me whatsoever. And I think I'm going to disable, just going to get rid of FSLTL purely because the aircraft taking off are going to be super, super loud. Right, that's better. Hello, Owen. Good morning to you. It's currently afternoon, late afternoon for me right now. Right, so welcome to Manchester Airport by TaiModels. Now, it's all pretty similar, if not better than the X-Plane 12 version, but I think the best place to start would be the runway, right? I mean, the surrounding area does look brilliant already with all the trees. That's just you know, Microsoft Flight Sim scenery there for you. But look at the runway. Look at the textures. Very nice stuff. Textures are very nice, high quality. They'll probably look better on most of your machines because I have my settings turned down a fair bit right now. But if you have a good high-end PC, they'll definitely look better. Just look at that. Nice and crisp. Very nice textures. And as we saw, the runway slope is all properly modeled, and he's actually updated that just recently. So here's the runway slope, and this is true to life. So if I go, what's the best way to show the runway slope? Maybe somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. You can see the slope there, and we had that on landing. That is true to life. So that's very, very cool. A lot of work has been put into the scenery. Let's take a look at some of the terminals and stuff like that then. And one thing I moaned about with the X-Plane 12 version was these gate signs here being very low quality, but they have been fixed. He has fully upgraded that. So a lot of the issues that, or well, I say issues, but they're, you know, really minor stuff in the X-Plane 12 version. He's fixed all of that for the Microsoft Flight Sim version, and we'll be updating the X-Plane 12 version too. I think we're on version 1.3 of this right now. And look at that, it just looks very nice. All the gates, as you can see, very, very nice stuff. All the gates with the Manchester Airport, very high quality. All the ground textures, nice quality. This is really, really good stuff. And then we have the interiors. And, you know, it's not the most detailed in Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's enough to the point where, you know, from outside here, you get a really nice representation that there's, you know, people and the terminal's active and all that stuff. But it doesn't impact FPS too much. I think some sceneries with the, you know, crazy amount of detail in the terminals, you know, it's good, but it's a flight sim, not an airport sim, you know what I mean? So, we have all the double gates and stuff here for the really heavy aircraft, all the A380s and stuff, which do fly into Manchester. And then we've got some more heavy terminals over here and stands. Got the, I think this is a newer terminal to the rest. And this is modeled as well, if I can get the camera inside. Let's slow it down here. Yeah, good checks and balances. Absolutely, yeah, VSkyChat, you are a absolute a professional in the sense of sceneries. So yeah, the clutter, I think everything is just perfect, if I'm honest. I mean, look at this. This is, you don't need any more detail than this. I mean, realistically, this is more than enough, even if you're making some sort of like flight sim movie of a passenger walking through a terminal. Something, I don't know, but you know, this is more than enough, and especially when you're parked outside here. I mean, what more do you need? Very, very high quality. Very high quality indeed. We can take a look at some more stuff over here. You can see the Manchester Airport. There's a couple of other details I want to show, which just really enhance it, and the same details, similar details are in the X-Plane 12 version. So we've got all the custom buildings and stuff here. Let's see if we can find some of these hotels that are scattered about. So, oh yeah, you can see here the ad. I think that's new for the Microsoft Flight Sim version, actually. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the I Love Manchester sign here with the Terminal 3 all modelled. There it is. Very, very nice. All these signs are very nicely modelled. Where are the hotels? Were they over here? Yes, they are. So there's a Holiday Inn over here. Holiday Inn over here. I think there's a Radisson Hotel. Is it? No, that's Voyager. There is another hotel over here somewhere, but I can't find it right now. So yeah, it's very good. There's also this, which I really love. It's also in the X-Plane 12 version with the little I Love Manchester sign there as well. It just really brings the scenery to life. I like the roof clutter in the car park, says Krista. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. Nice and random too. Nice and random. It looks good. It definitely looks good. Look at all that. So this is available on Orbex, Sim Market, all of that good stuff. Alex is saying no. It's my chemical. Okay. My Chemical Romance. Wait, is it? I Love MCI. MCI is the name of the airport. I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, let's take a look at the night lighting. Actually, we should probably do that. That's quite important, isn't it? And yeah, again, very nice lighting here. Take a look at the approach lighting. Hey, Norris Dougal. Just in time to see, we're just checking out TaiModels Manchester Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim, and doesn't it look very, very good? With the, you can see the runway slope a lot better there now. With the runway lights, you can see the slope there, which is again pretty true to life. He has put a lot of work into that, and the rest of the lighting looks very, very good. Look at all this. See the new lighting, some slightly older lighting over here, and then the newer lighting over here yet again. Let's go back to daytime. Alrighty, where is it? There it is, and there is TaiModels Manchester in all of its glory. Looks very, very good. Highly recommend it. You can pick it up on Orbex, Sim Market, on the INI marketplace as well. I do have a link in the description to the Orbex marketplace, which is in a affiliate link if you do want to pick up anything from Orbex, really. But if you do want to pick up Manchester in general as well. I think there's more details over here. Yeah, look. Got this Avrojet here. Look at the quality on it. Very, very nice. We have... Now, I was told that that is a VC... Not VC... Is that VC10? It's not VC10, is it? And I was told this was something else. I originally kind of thought it was a 727, but apparently it's not. Oh, someone said this is a Trident. That was it. Someone said this was a Trident. But again, you know, very nice details. And the other big thing, the big issue with the X-Plane 12 version was that this was a Thomas Cook hangar. Thomas Cook obviously do not exist anymore. So he did update this, and he will be updating the X-Plane version as well to fix that slight issue. Nimrod, there it is. Thank you, Dougal. Yeah, so he has updated this to the STS hangar, which was highly requested. We've got the Jet 2 hangar and that over there. Just in general, very nice, very high quality, always expected from TaiModels. Do we have the terminal? Oh yeah, look, a little bit of this is modeled as well. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, I think that's going to be the end of today's stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a very enjoyable stream here on Microsoft Flight Sim. As Alex said, a traitor. But yeah, another Microsoft Flight Sim stream coming soon within the Miltech Chinook. Probably tomorrow or Monday, I would say. And we're back on X-Plane for some other stuff there. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to hop over to the Q8 stream in just under an hour. So I hope to see some of you there. I'm sure I'll see some of you there. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.